Hello, everybody. David Shuster here. The rumblings at the White House and in the halls of Congress are getting louder. Republicans are saying that something is seriously wrong with Donald Trump. And Trump's gaffes are now happening every day. Amidst the government shutdown, Trump just said that some furloughed federal workers may not get back pay.
I would say it depends on who we're talking about. I can tell you this, the Democrats have put a lot of people in great risk and jeopardy, but it really depends on who you're talking about. But for the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
A different way, as in not give them their back pay, except that is against the law. And soon after Trump spoke in the Oval Office, Republican Senate Majority Leader John Thune appeared in front of the cameras on Capitol Hill and repeated that the law requires furloughed federal workers to get back pay.
As you mentioned, it is a law that federal workers who are furloughed get back pay. What is the president talking about then when he's suggesting that some groups may not get paid? Is that even allowed?
I don't know the answer to your questions. I haven't seen their legal analysis, but again, my assumption is that furloughed workers will get back pay.
Other Republicans on Capitol Hill in both the Senate and the House are also undercutting President Trump, going with the law and saying federal workers will get back pay. Trump's delusions and confusions also extend to anti-ICE protests in Portland, Oregon.
Portland is burning to the ground. It's insurrectionists all over the place. It's Antifa. And yet the politicians who are petrified. Look, the politicians are afraid for their lives. That's the only reason that they say, like, there's nothing happening. And you've seen it. The place is burning down, and they pretend like there's nothing happening.
Trump's own Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, went to Portland and found, while looking across the city from a building rooftop, there was nothing happening except some peaceful protesters below her. There were taunts of Noem and a reference to her years ago infamously shooting one of her own puppies. But nobody was burning anything. Everybody was peaceful, including the guy in the chicken suit.
Secretary, do you have a message to the protesters, especially the man in the chicken outfit?
The man in the chicken outfit? I just see him now. Goodness sakes. He could do better. Our goal is that people would peacefully protest, but that we would still be allowed to enforce the law in this country. So it's too bad they're uneducated and ill-informed.
It is too bad they are uneducated and ill-informed, she said, right after saying the goal was to allow people to peacefully protest while the government still enforced the law. Again, the people were peacefully protesting. So perhaps Noem, with her swipe about people being uneducated, is suffering from delusions, like Trump. Though with the president, it seems more dementia-related. With Noem and other members of the administration, the hallucinations seem fueled by raw hatred and a desire to impress and please their lunatic boss. It has not been going well for any members of this administration. Even Stephen Miller, the Deputy White House Chief of Staff, who unlike Noem and Trump has a law degree, has been getting tripped up over constitutional and legal basics. In a live interview on CNN after a judge blocked the Trump White House from deploying federal troops to Portland, Miller glitched in epic fashion.
Would note the administration won an identical case in the Ninth Circuit just a few months ago with respect to the federalizing of the California National Guard. Under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has plenary authority.
Stephen? Stephen? Hey, Stephen, can you hear me? It seemed, Stephen, I apologize. It seems like we're having a technical issue.
It looked for a moment like Miller was having a stroke. It turns out that somebody or something got in the audio that is fed into his ear, causing Miller to pause. In other words, even the technical gods do not like Stephen Miller. And back to Donald Trump. His most notable mental glitch this week came when the president was asked about a potential pardon for his friend Ghislaine Maxwell, the longtime partner of Trump friend and pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The Supreme Court just rejected Maxwell's appeal, but Trump seemed clueless.
The Supreme Court is back in session. They rejected today an appeal by Ghislaine Maxwell to overturn her conviction. That means her only chance of getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're open to?
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
You know, I haven't heard the name in so long. I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I would have to take a look. Did they reject that?
She wanted to appeal her conviction.
And what happened?
They said that they were not going to hear her appeal.
I see. Well, I'll take a look at it.
I
will speak to the DOJ. I wouldn't consider it or not consider it. I don't know anything about it. So, but I'll speak. I will speak to the DOJ.
Conservative influencer and journalist John Ziegler wrote on X, "I'm not yet in the camp of Trump critics who think the president is starting to lose his mind like Biden did, but this clip has me questioning that. It is clear that Trump, at least at first, has no idea who he is talking about, a friend, and is giving a very generic answer. Even a member of Trump's own White House says the Trump answer is insane, at least politically. Laura Loomer, a top Trump advisor, wrote on X, "I strongly advise against anyone lobbying the Trump administration and the DOJ to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell. Do not do it. I repeat, do not do it. There will be no coming back from that. I repeat again, for the love of God, do not do it." The bottom line is that Donald Trump seems increasingly lost, clueless, and confused even to his own supporters. Trump forgets names, he has delusions that are not even close to reality, and Trump has no concept about basic laws and doesn't appear to have anybody around who is willing to educate him. All of this is a poisonous White House combination, and even Republicans are noticing that Trump is ailing, his sensibilities are gone, and Trump's erratic behavior is increasingly erratic. Is it because of old age, or dementia, or some other health problem? In many ways, it doesn't matter. The fact is that Donald Trump is increasingly unhinged and confused, and members of his own staff and Republican allies in Congress are taking notice. By the way, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren recently humiliated a news anchor who was pushing a Trump talking point about the government shutdown.
You know, Republicans say what you're really fighting for is taxpayer dollars for, as they put it, illegal aliens. I know that's not strictly true, but there is a provision.
Excuse me, not strictly true.
It's not true directly, but
out lie.
And that is Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts ripping CBS News anchor Tony DeCopel. As Mediaite wrote, flat out lie. Warren cuts off CBS anchor, pushing her on Trump shutdown talking points.
Way that they frame it.
There is nothing in Medicaid, there is nothing in Medicare that permits one undocumented immigrant to get $1 of assistance.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Eris, who wrote, "So tired of Trump and his bull. Make it stop." I hear you. I look forward to reading your comments about Donald Trump getting ripped by his own White House advisors and Republicans in Congress. Even they say Trump's cognitive decline is a big problem. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.